Hi guys, it's Jessica again from AboutHomemadeDogTreats.com, and today's recipe is for a very healthy snack for your pet. If you have a vegetarian dog at home, they will love these treats. This is again one of my top sellers from my bakery, the Beagle Bakery, and they're called Veggie Paws. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get a large mixing bowl. Actually, before we do that, let's preheat our oven. We didn't do that last time. Okay, so we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Okay, and then in a large mixing bowl, we're going to add 2 cups of whole wheat flour and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Okay, the baking powder actually gives your dog treats a little lift. It puffs them up a little bit so that they don't get really flat and hard. Okay, now, this is the good part. These are all the veggies. I like to use fresh vegetables, but if you don't have, for example, fresh mint leaves, I didn't have fresh mint leaves today, so I'm using the dried mint leaves. That's completely fine. Okay, so we're going to do a 1/4 cup of dried mint leaves. Excuse me 1 second, I'm going to let my pooch in. He probably hears me baking. And he's ready for his treats. Okay, then we're going to do another 1/4 cup of fresh parsley, 1/4 cup of chopped carrots. This is the part that I think most of them love. 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, and you can just actually combine that with the dry ingredients. If you mixed it in with the vegetables, wouldn't be an issue, but probably would make a mess. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do is add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Olive oil is actually very healthy for people and pets as well. Okay, and then we're going to add, actually I'll keep that here. We're going to add 1/2 cup of water. Now, if you have a food processor, you can put everything into your food processor to blend it up, or a blender. I am actually going to be using a handy little tool called the Magic Bullet. Whatever, as long as you can combine everything together, it's fine. It doesn't matter. This should only take a few seconds. Once you're sure that you have everything mixed together, you are going to pour the wet ingredients into your flour and give it a mix. It smells fantastic. And because you're using the fresh greens, you'll always end up having really green dog treats, which is cute. Okay, we're going to mix that up. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is measure out another 1/2 cup of water. Okay, put that into whatever container you use to mix. Okay, give it a good shake so you get all that good stuff in there. Again, you can see it's green, and we want that green color for our treats. Dump that in and give it another mix. So basically, you're using a total of 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of water, but you're going to add it to your dough 1/2 cup at a time. Okay. These are probably one of my dog's favorite treats, and I have a few customers who these are the only treats that they buy because their dogs just absolutely love them. Okay. So once you have your dough formed, okay, what you're going to want to do is flour your surface, clean up a little bit. Going to take my ring off. Okay, and we'll start to roll out our treats. Now I actually call these treats Veggie Paws because when I created them. I cut them out in the shapes of paws. You can do whatever shape that you'd like. I'm actually going to use a flower cookie cutter today, so you know, feel free to use whatever shape you'd like. One other very important tip, be sure that you grease your cookie sheets, because there is very little fat in these treats. They will stick to the bottom if there isn't a little spritz. Okay, so we're going to roll this out. You don't want to go too thin with this, only because the dough is very delicate and it'll rip easily and it'll just be a mess. So you probably want to going to want to go about a ½ inch thick on these guys. Where's my cookie cutter? Again, you want to give yourself a little flour pile here and dip your cutter in. Oh wow, these look great. Hunter knows, Hunter's my dog, he knows all the time when I'm baking treats. It's as if he has radar, and the radar just pops on and he knows the treats are being baked. Okay, so these look great. We're just going to pop these onto the sheet. Okay, and if they stick a little, don't worry. Just throw them on there, they'll bake up really, really nice. One other thing I wanted to mention too was about one of the ingredients, the mint that I had talked about. It's great for bad breath. So if you have a dog who is known for having somewhat dragon breath, as my dog is, this is a really good fix for that. Okay, and if you need to add a little flour as you go, not a problem. All right, we're going to roll these last couple cookies out. And I'm going to put them in the 350-degree oven for approximately 25 to 35 minutes. What you want to do is check the bottoms of your cookies, because if they're brown, that means they're finished. Okay? So I'm going to finish up here. We'll put them in the oven, and I will be back with the finished product. Okay, so as you can see, our treats are finished, and they've really risen a lot due to that baking powder. So there's a little piece of carrot sticking out, and they're ready to go. You can let these cool off, and then what you're going to want to do is store them in the refrigerator, because with all of the fresh vegetables that you've used, they will go bad. And again, you can use whatever types of fresh herbs. I have a rosemary bush outside, which I like to throw into the treats, and it just really smells excellent as well. But feel free to use whatever types of herbs that you would like. Again, I will be doing some more recipes, and I'm actually going to show you how to package these up very nicely in my next video. And you can get the full recipe again on my blog at abouthomemadeDogTreats.com.